Welcome to another episode of Date on Sports. Back again, another week done with my brother Tom. How you going?
Absolutely fucking buggered. Tired as fuck, but here we are. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad at all. I'm a little bit the same actually. Just kind of, I've been a bit crook the last few days, so if I sound nasally as all fuck, it's because it's felt like I've swallowed a cactus for the last few days. Plenty to talk about this week. Obviously, we got Origin, recap of last week, predictions for this week, and a little sprinkle of controversy going around the old rugby league grounds. Before we jump into it, actually like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, social media, wherever else you want to get around it. Quick little recap of our bets for last week. Me, very good. You, very shit. That's all I got out of it.
Me. Yeah, that was me all around all weekend, pretty much. I was couldn't find a winner on the ponies. Couldn't find a winning tip or bet on the sports bet for the rugby league. So yeah, one of those weeks. What can you do?
I had what they call a hot hand, Tom. I just couldn't miss. Started off the week. I'd been telling everyone Friday, not on Thursday, Friday. I was like, low max for two. Put, I think, tenner on him, bang. Apparently the second try he scored was may have been a bobble in there somewhere, but try confirmed. As I heard it on the radio, try confirmed. I was like, yes, get in there, son. Put the win into that on Marky Mark. Of course, he got over a couple times. And then rolled that into a Herbie Farmer.
Just quietly on that. Holy fuck. Try the century.
Try the century.
That is going to be the best try ever, I reckon.
Fuck, I don't know about try the century. I was going to get into it a little bit later on. Like, I reckon we'll chat about it more when we get to the game, but it's definitely up there. I was trying to mull over, I guess,
I was mulling over this with the old boy. I'm saying top five. That is in top five, what comes off the top of my head, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But my bet for Vegas, it goes bang with a wham bam. Thanks very much, Ezra Man.
Are we still doing this bet for Vegas shit?
I am. I don't know about you.
I think I'm just going to straight up give up on this because we've started about like 5 times and get up to like $40. I think the most I've gone is like 3 weeks in a row and then,
Yeah, well, it's all about consistency and you got to stick to some things. Right? So you're going to be sitting there at home watching me on TV and I'm going to be over there in Las Vegas. And then my bet of the week also goes up with a little Zachy Hoskins crossing over. That was lovely. Had me sweating there for a little bit, but I cracked out Jesse Arthur's spinning his way over was just exactly what I needed as well. Thanks again to Ezra Man.
Jesse.
Yeah, he got everything going. And yeah, you went for zip. But jumping into the quick recaps here, Eels, they absolutely trashed the Knights 28-6. Like I said, low max double, easiest thing I've ever done. After last week, there was just no faith in the Knights. Like, I can roll them out against anyone. Actually, I guess the Eels are also down the bottom, but...
yeah. Oh, fuck, Newcastle sucks so much. Like, there's nothing to really go into about this game. Yes, Para. I'm not even going to say they were good. Like, they definitely was shitload better than Newcastle, quite obviously, and is helping them a hell of a lot. Mitch Moses being back, but I don't know what the fuck is going on down in Newey because the wheels are falling off. Adam O'Brien's going to be sacked within the next month. Yeah, I think KP is probably going to get out clause in his contract somewhere as well. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, his dad's going to be managing some mean deals. Again, though, I was just absolutely ill-charmed with Zachy Lomax and Mitchy Moses. So that worked out really well for me. I don't think Zach Lomax is ever going back to centre, unfortunately, bruh. It was just never going to go for old mate, who was on debut, and then Bradman Best went down, who would have been on that side, I'm pretty sure. And it was just like, oh, it's all over now.
Yeah, poor fella, Fletcher. I think it was another Fletcher.
Yeah.
Baker?
Fletcher Hunt.
No, not Fletcher Baker.
Another Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, poor fella had an absolute shocker on debut. Reminds me of who's the winger for the Cowboys?
What, currently?
Yeah.
Rob Derby.
Yeah. Had an absolute doozy the week before. Literally could have absolute dicks for fingers, could not catch a ball to save his life, and somehow the Cows got away with a draw on that one. But yeah, poor Fletcher had an absolute doozy of a debut, but hopefully upwards from here.
Oh, well, this one, again, I was kind of keeping one eye on it, so I only got parts of it. But the Doggies, they beat the Chooks 24-20. So I think Doggies are just letting teams have a little lead on them, take them for a little bit of a walk, and then just mow them down a bit later for the shits and gigs. Because God, they're getting good at it. 2 weeks on the trot.
2 weeks in a row, and especially I was like, oh fuck! I think I turned it off at halftime, went to bed because I was like, oh well, this is done and dusted. This tip's gone. The Doggies are dead and buried, but somehow managed to pull their thing because I don't even know what the scores were at like halftime. I feel like it was about the same sort of thing,
20,
like 20-something nil.
Yeah, they let them get out quite a bit.
I don't know, it must have been... No, so it would have been...
So, no, they only started scoring. They only started scoring after, yeah. No, they didn't score until the 49th minute.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the Chooks. So yeah, it must have been 12-0 at halftime, and then they just decided to fucking turn one on.
And they managed to get that done. Again, I'd chuck my winnings from Zachy Lomax scoring to a mark. Nawaqanitawase, so that was easy at the pub. Just seen crossover really, well, fairly soon, I'm pretty sure, in that game. He was over in the 5th minute. Yeah. So that just went bang, doubled. Thank you very much for coming. I missed it live. It was only until I saw social media absolutely blow up out of the stratosphere that Mark Nawaqanitawase had just gone on to score, like you said, one of the best tries probably ever that we've ever seen.
I might be, I don't know. It'd be in my top 3, I reckon, for the greatest tries of all time. But I've seen, I think it was on the Matty John show, there's definitely a few tries that I had missed over the years. Well, not missed, but forgotten about. They were absolute stunners. But yeah, where does it sort of sit in your realm?
I feel like it'd be top 10. I reckon top 10. Like, I feel like we've seen more spectacular tries. We even saw another one that's just ridiculous for Xavier Coates over the weekend, but just the pure freak athleticism of that man. Not only just like to score a try like that, he looked like a triple jump master or something like that. Oh, mate, it was hopping, skipping, jumping, running out of the bloody field back in to get there. Like, just a individual bit of brilliance from old Marky Mark. I would just like to say the bloke is literally Quadzilla. His quads are like this. No wonder while getting tackled he can go. Yeah, no wonder he can go hop, hop, kick and get the ball and score again. Like, there's no other way unless you're like bear hugging those legs. But yeah, it's definitely up there. I think there needs to be a good compilation of some of the tries over the last few years. But yeah, unreal considering you got a guy that came into the league, into NRL towards the back end of last year. And he's been a monster this season, and he's scoring tries like that. Like, it just takes a monster.
I feel like he hasn't even played 10 games or something of NRL yet.
It'd be about that if it'd literally be no more than 15, I reckon.
Because I feel like he only played 1 or 2 at the end of... He's fucking my age. He's born in 2000. Holy shit. There you go. 30 years, a fuckload older. But yeah, such a wonderful try. But I don't know, a couple of that come to mind instantly for me was, I don't remember the one where GI is like centenary test. GI fucking jumps and throws it back over, like catches it, puts it back over his head. I think it's Mark Gasnier scores the try. That's an all-timer. Benny Barber's one that he puts down on his shoe, like on his boot pretty much on the dead ball line, if you know what I'm talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be another one. There is, I feel like
You know, one that comes to mind for me, and it's maybe not, I guess, individual brilliance, but just, I guess it's not quite the same if it's not the individual one, but we're just thinking like team tries or just tries in general. That one that Manly pulled off a few years ago after the buzzer they went the whole length of the field from Ruben Garry.
Dude, I remember seeing, what was it? I seen a video of this dude who had this multi on. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it. He had a fucking huge multi on that game, and it must have been Manly 1-12 or something like that. And he was fucking yin and yahooing when full time siren went, and then watch his multi go. It was paying out a fuckload as well for whatever it was. It was some ridiculous multi.
Yeah.
And then watch it just go up in flames as Usual, they go the whole fucking field and score.
It actually would have been like a slow motion car accident. It would have been like, I'm pretty sure Jack, I think was going to win a couple grand, and his last leg, I think for that game was unders, and that try ticked him over. He was just sitting there in my lounge room and just like barely reacted. I think he's used to seeing them go down like that. But
that reminds me of, I think it was last year. Me and Pud had a little bet with mates going on. We had a bet with mates together, which was Melbourne Storm versus Gold Coast Titans on the GC. And what did I have? Like, I had that many legs in there, and it was paying a good few $100 off like $5. And I think it had about 4 try scorers or 5 try scorers. And Melbourne went bang, bang, bang. Oh, there must have been 4. And they scored the first fucking 4 tries, and all my try scorers were the first 4 try scorers to score. And had Melbourne 13 plus and whatnot. And he was offering like $30 less cash out. And we're like, nah, fuck that. We'll just let it run. We'll let it ride. Melbourne are absolutely home and hosed here. And that was when they nearly got Titans come back. And they were 20 up. Titans come back, and Melbourne had just scraped home. And we watched our multi go up in flames.
Yeah, well, I had one of those a little bit this weekend. But we'll move on to the next game. The Wars beat the Finns 16-12. I actually ended up at this one. My missus...
How the fuck did that come about?
Well, I think it was, my phone was blowing up on the Friday arvo while I was at work, and I Googled the number, the classic, like instead of picking up the phone. Well, I couldn't really pick up the phone anyway, but it popped up and it was like my girlfriend's like stepdad and mum's business. I was like, what am I getting calls here from? And then it was literally just, oh, do you want to come to footy Saturday, see the Wars versus Dolphins? So ended up going along to that one. It was 100% a Wars home game though. It was like Magic Round all over again. It was just literally Wars as far as the eye can see. It was like not much of a game, this one. Not much doing until the last 10 minutes because the Dolphins went bang, bang within the last 10 minutes and just about managed to sneak it back over. But watching a little bit of Saturday Arvo footy there at Suncorp Stadium, pumping a couple of the 4X Gold ginger beers, doesn't get much better than that.
Surprise those ginger. I had this fella the other week when I was in Dan Murphy's buying a 6-pack of those ginger beers. He goes, oh, what do you reckon of them? I was like, yeah, they're fucking mint. He goes, I can't drink them. Every sip just gives me heartburn. I thought that'd be you.
Nah, like my one and only thing is rum. I can't drink rum. That's why I don't really drink it, because it's like no matter what, I will end up not being able to fucking like actually sleep for 2 nights from having like a night on the rums.
No, it was a pretty bland game, the old Dolphins and Wars game. They definitely did the best to muck it up, the Warriors. But yeah, they just keep finding a way to win, really. So it'd be interesting to see how they go against the Milk this week.
Yeah, it's a big one for them. Next one, Manly beat the Cows 24-6. This is just dismal. I want Clifford the Big Red Dog back, because whatever was happening with the Cows, and it's just classic Cows thing. Like, they'll go on this run, they're looking like really, really good, beating top side, like just playing good footy. And every time you're like, oh yeah, easy one, they should win, they will just fall off. And they were just due for it. And
I don't know.
They finally ran into one. So. Yeah, you're the only fucking person in the bloody country that tipped Manly, I reckon, just about.
I know.
Was that the only right tip you got for the weekend as well, I'd say?
Me? No, I went 6 from... What did I go? 6 from 8. Oh, I went fucking 5 from 8, I guess, because I forgot to put my tiptions.
I'm looking...
I did have para, but... Yeah, anyway.
What's the matter, Parramatta?
What sort of person, though, sets up a tipping comp and gives you the home teams?
Oh, pick your own poison, bro. I don't mind what you want. Didn't work out for you, though, did it?
No, fuck, I was off that. I was blowing up the likes. If you ask Jess, fuck, I was blowing my lid. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, there would have been heaps of people who tipped Newcastle for sure. At least I'm like going to jump up a bit more.
Wrong.
Check it up. Wrong.
No good there, but
you have a Newcastle.
Yeah, Tommy Turbo getting sin bin with 1 minute to go is classic.
Yeah,
old no ham Tommy. Next game, this one, fucking. After really putting the Sharpies on blast last week, saying how fucking pathetic they were, and they're finally going to get beaten.
Oh, I thought Melbourne was just going to sneak a comeback out of this, and we wouldn't have had to take our licks from Shark supporters. But credit to them, I guess. Sharks turned up and put on a bit of a performance. But, you know, I wouldn't read too much into it because I think Melbourne is still going to be that top 2 contender sort of team this year. But, yeah, I'm surprised the Sharpies didn't lay down against their voodoo team, Melbourne Storm.
No, literally. And like what's his name from up north? Bloody
Bob Catter.
Bob Catter, yeah. But I'll spend no time on it.
Not spending any time on it.
It's pretty much how I feel about this, and I will double down about my Sharks hate a little bit later on. Dare say Storm probably just wanted to get the fuck out of the Shire, get away from that grounds, if you call that a stadium. So yeah, no wonder they're just trying to pack their bags up. But one highlight that definitely did come out of this game was Air Coates deciding to absolutely take flight. I think he's permanently left a bloody knee print in the back of poor Dan Atkinson. The poor fellow got actually speckied. I'd love to get a nice little tape measure out and figure out how high Xavier Coates did. I saw a couple of AFL people even coming out being like, bloke's playing the wrong code. Like, he probably leaps better than most.
Here we go. Bit of Israel Flower, Carmichael Hunt.
Yeah,
about the kick off here. But Xavier Coates signs with the Gold Coast Suns.
Pay that man, but that's what I was trying to think of a little bit more. Like, where does Xavier Coates actually rank with like guys that going through the air? Like, he had that try last year against the Wars, like 15 seconds on the clock. Bloke jumped from all of 15 meters away and managed to put the thing down on a coin in the bloody corner. Obviously, this one, Hectic Specky, like, where does he rank out of them? Because you've got guys like Jarrell Yayi, obviously Israel Folau. Or would I dare say Lindsay Collins, a few of these other guys that are just Zachy Lomax, of course.
It's a bit hard to like purely through. I don't know about Jarrell Yayi. Like, he's good in the air and all, but yeah, obviously like Flower and whatnot, they're probably a little bit ahead of what the game is like now. Like, there's so many good finishing wingers and whatnot who can finish in the corner, no worries. But yeah, for people who just straight up get up there, yeah, he's definitely right up there with the best of them.
That is good. Next game. I don't even want to talk about this one. Broncos got beaten by the Dragons 30-26. Actually, before we get into this one, I do want to touch on another little point. And that is that I'm never going to hear kapow ever again ring out around Suncorp Stadium. So he got fired a little bit like Vince McMahon, like, you're fired. Like, just, yeah. Bit of an etch one, not going to lie.
It is pretty etch. Pretty etch that, you know, you can fucking like an Instagram post and get sacked, but what Ezra's done and you don't get sacked, it is very much the Broncos seen a fucking inch and took a mile. Yeah, in the sense that they were getting rid of, like, they were wanting to try to offload him. I think don't know if it was off contract.
Yeah, I think they gave him 1 year, so he would be
this
off.
Year, but like, he was fucking going anyway. So I think it was just, I don't know, we might as well get this over and done with earlier, like sooner rather than later. So I'm sure it probably frees up options for Marty anyway to head over to fucking Super League or anything like that. So not like he won't be getting paid the rest of the year. So the dude can probably kick his feet up if he really fucking wants to.
Yeah, I do kind of feel bad for him, though. Like, it is a bit of a shitty situation. You know, from the outside looking in, I guess it's him trying to work his way back into that team. I think he's played one game maybe this year, and it just kind of hasn't worked out. But yeah, it kind of got the boot off an Instagram like and dragged in front of the leadership group. It's like, whether or not there was other stuff happening in the background, I guess we'll never know. We've never heard of it, but like you said, I feel it could be as simple as like they were going to let him go anyway, and like you said, the Broncos have just gone, oh, here's a golden opportunity and flicked him. So kind of feel bad for the dude. I did see he was going down to Sydney today, so whether that was to go have a yarn to a couple of coaches and clubs, not too sure. But back to the game. fuck me, winning at halftime again just to go and muck it up. It's becoming we're playing a little bit of Titans football where it's like, no, yeah, we'll play for
Must be a
half and then
Queensland thing at the moment.
oh god, it is just woeful. Like it's just getting so hard to sit there and get so high on your hopes each week. And the literally exact same thing happened to us last year, pretty much the same time against the Dragons too. Just went out there and somehow like a dragon team just puts us to the sword.
I'm just fucking glad I wasn't there watching this one like last year. Yeah, I don't even know where to unpack this. Even at halftime, I wasn't really that confident because most definitely Dragons started to get a roll on towards the end of halftime. But like, you shouldn't be throwing away. Like, I get it. Like, fucking, that's weeks now. Like, what were we up against 14 against
Bunnies.
the Bunnies? Yeah. Up 12 here. Up 14, were we? Or they'd already scored by the time we kicked that penalty goal. But, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's just no backbone, no ticket. Like, we looked literally untouchable that last try we scored where, you know, we were a sniff of having a crack at winning this thing. And
an Arthur's crack or?
Yeah, an Arthur's crack. But literally that last try we scored just before full time, fuck me, we looked hot to trot. So I'm like, where has this been all game? Like, why can we turn it on for literally 30 seconds and just easily walk in and fucking try? But
yeah,
just shit the bed all game and just let in, like, fuck me, there's some soft tries get let in. Like,
there was like the
Fletcher,
fact
that the one when Gutho went through, I was blowing my lid before he even looked like scoring. Like, Broncos are up in the line. Fletcher's just standing back on the fucking goal line with Cobbo. And there's just massive holes in the defence, and Gutho just goes, oh, for me?
Yeah, fucking
straight
Gutho.
Through. I'm like, oh my God. It's just fucking hard to watch. Anyhow.
Clint up to his slippery best. But yeah, literally, like, that was, like, again, it was almost like in slow motion. Like, Gutho's got the ball. You see there's like 4 or 5 guys around. You're like, oh, yeah, they'll go. They'll get him. And then, oh, no, fuck, they're not. And then just like people make half-ass attempt and get over. Like, it's ridiculous. The fact that they scored 2 tries while Sewer was in the bin just kind of goes to show it all up. We took the 2 as well, I think, when he gone off instead of just putting the pressure on. Like,
we were thinking, taking... I don't know what sort of decision that was. Like, because I feel like we'd seen this another week in a similar situation where a team didn't take full advantage of a sin binning in the exact same scenario where they'd just taken the 2 and basically just had to grind out 10 minutes the other team until they got the player back, which they did, and there was no fucking difference pretty much. Like, no better to the team that had 13 compared to the team that had 12. So I don't understand why you take the 2 points and not try to put the pressure on, especially while you have 12 on the field with an overlap. So, anyway.
Riddles of the universe, Tom, because, God, it's hard to put a finger on what's going on. Just our mistakes are killing us ridiculously. I'm pretty sure we had like 3 or 4 in the first 10, 15 minutes. Like doing everything we can to give the game away. Thank God that we actually had Ezra Mam returning this week because everything... God, he had a game, so congrats to him coming back in and playing as well as he did. 3 try assists and 1 try, whatever it was.
3 try assists and a try.
Oh, wow. Yeah. 2.5 try assists because, God, did he throw
Full pass. Holy gosh, that was a mile forward. But anyway, you take him when you can get him.
Exactly. Like, there's just like, he was literally facing forward that it couldn't have been back. No way. No way you put it. But hey, look, we will take him. I will admit, obviously 4 pass. So yeah, 2.5 try assists there. But everything positive that basically came out of attack was off Ezra Man. So he threw that pass, the gridiron style, bloody forward pass, whatever, goes over, gets let through. His own step and run himself goes through, absolutely carved up, I think, whoever shot in on him and then offload to Stags and then floated over for Arthurs to score. Like, everything came off Ezra. And even then, like, some of his effort plays, like backing up play when people are going through, he was pretty much one of the only ones chasing Little when he went through as well.
Don't know how he didn't get him.
Probably...
Got him unstuck.
Oh, yeah, the little goosey was just a thing of beauty. So, but even then, it's like, where's everyone else? Dean Mariner was on that side, one of the fastest players in the league. Like, where is Dean? I'm pretty sure Payne Haas was running from the other side of the field. It's just one of those things. And obviously you got Payne and Paddy doing their thing and whatever else. Still don't know if Paddy's like front row and stuff. Yes, he can play the role fine, whatever else, but it's like, is it time to go back to 13? Don't know. Ezra Mam, though, I swear he got a little in his ear before the game from Ben Hunt being like, you take it to that flano out there, because oh my lord, he bumped him a few times. Like Ezra's just he's just running at people.
He was actually, after running over that fullback, he was out for blood. But I'm all for it. A little man taking on, well, I'm not going to say Flanagan's a big band, but taking on boys is fucking great.
But yeah, no, it's good. And I reckon Ezra Mam as well. Like he's no in defence, he can jam people. he will have a go.
He's a good defender.
He is good, and then you got the Dragons brutally assaulting our pretty boy Paddy Carrigan out there. Poor fella looked like he was going to be next to him, the next Predator movie or something. The gash that he had was just like that shit. It reminded me a lot of Robbie Lawler's a few years ago. Well, like nearly 10 years ago now in the UFC when he was fighting Rory McDonald.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that was super nasty. So they're just trying to take away his good looks from the fella. Like I think he was showing it on the Queensland page today, like all the stitches and everything in his mouth. And you're just like, oh, that would definitely tickle. You're probably not eating too many salt and vinegar chips anytime soon.
He must have had like constantly numbing in it, because I seen in interviews the other day. They was it yesterday when they must have gone to the Queensland camp? He's like, yeah, I can't feel anything. You can see his like face is fucking limp.
Yeah, legit. But yeah, enough about that one. Next one, I think we all saw this one coming. Milk pumped the Titans 40-24. Savage, Mr. Savage, God did he have a day out. Hat trick, actually caught the balls. Absolutely tore them up.
Didn't they turn one on Canberra? Jeez.
They proper turned it on. Tino, God, did he try his heart out, but it was just never going to work out, I think, for the Titans. I think it was last week you were saying, just don't even worry, don't get on the plane, just stay there in the GC, because...
Yeah, they could have stayed in sunny Gold Coast and just taken the 2 points on the chin and get ready for next week, because... Yeah, it was pretty much that. They pretty much laid over and let Canberra just absolutely fucking flog the life out of them. So we're going to see the Milk get back in the winner's circle with a big win as well. So I think they might keep it rolling this week. Yeah,
I reckon they're going to go well. I'm just really enjoying the Milk. They're a fun team to watch. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, but they've got really likeable players, I think, in that team. Huddy Young is just an unstoppable force at this point.
Yeah, he's he at the moment?
Oh, and I hate it because it's coming right into Origin. Like, I will definitely be betting on him.
In this form.
He just, like, no matter what happens, like, the way that he scored, because I needed him for a multi, just followed up the play, right time, and for me, just bang, thank you very much for coming.
I'll tell you one person who is a big game try scorer for some reason, and I've never seen him pretty much score the rest of the year, Liam Martin. Liam Martin has got the biggest knack for scoring, like, tries in Origin, grand finals and shit. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why do you always seem to... Well, he seems to have a perfect hole, just open up, and he just goes straight through. So,
yeah, and in Clubland, it's not like he's got a slouch of a halfback next to him either.
No, no, of course not.
But yeah, I don't really have a ton to get on this one, unfortunately. And then this last one broke my heart a little bit. Not only did I get my tip wrong, the Rabbitohs, they beat the Tigers 22-12. Leading up to this, I'm sitting here, I'm like, why the fuck did I tip the Tigers? But then I was like, I'm sticking to our guns. You never know what's going to happen. But so this one, I'd put on 5 try scorers. The last one that I had, so I had Huddy Young in the game before. The last one was just Trell Mitt. And I'm like, what Trell Mitt are we getting? Are we getting the one that played against the Broncos and just ran riot? Or are we going to get the one that, he almost does like charity work? He's doing a lot of tap-ons, a lot of like setting up tries. Oh, man.
That's charity work. Proper out there just having a bludge. But,
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a game that could have gone either way, and it was an exciting game to watch as well. So, if that's anything to take out of it, I did tip the Bunnies as well. So,
but I was laying in bed. I think Christine was next to me. We're just like chilling. I'm just like, I think we're actually watching TV, and I just had the game like sitting on my laptop, I think, and I see Trell. The ball comes down. He's taken off. He's gone pretty much the length of the field, and I'm just up on my feet. So this is, I think it would have been $5 in about 300, right? I'm up on my feet, just go Trell, and he gets mowed down all of with about 2 meters, not even a go, and I'm just in all sorts. And then thank Christ, well, one, I wish it had been a try, but thankfully 80 metres back, I think Campbell Graham knocked it on or something like that. And I'm like, thank Christ. Because if he had actually made it, and actually gone over. And later on in the game, he dived on one that had bounced back and again had knocked on somebody. And I was like, fuck.
In saying that was a huge challenge by the Tigers as well to get them back in it, because they challenged that after it was supposed to be a changeover or whatever. I think there, or was a knock on.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, they're like, nah, fuck, we want it back there. There was a knock on it back there. So, yeah, big shout from them.
They did well.
Huge challenge, but yeah.
Keelan Kalamatangi, God, did he have a day out? Literally ran 1 billion metres, tackled 1 million people. I don't know how he didn't get a sniff into that Origin team.
No,
but keep those performances up.
Don't think Wayne's going to get rid of him out of the front row anytime soon now.
No.
That's been two big efforts at front row. So, I think you're there to stay now, bruz.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of that Lomax syndrome where he's like, I'm a nudge player. And they're like, nah, bro, your best position somewhere else. So, yeah, I don't think Wayne's going to be moving him. Trell, for the good defensive game that he had, Api Coruscant absolutely snapped his ankles in two. That one, yeah.
This fucking Api had him on. Api literally had him stuck in the mud. I've never seen someone more stuck in the mud than what Trell was there. And it wasn't even like a big elusive goosey or big crank. It was just a little do. See ya, boy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rabbits on ice there. Chad didn't know what he was doing, and he was just defeated. He pretty much nearly fell over. Just Happy's just see ya. I think he posted a little bit later on social media, and they're both kind of having a laugh about it. All right, one thing before we get into Origin teams, of course, and our tips for this week. There's one thing that had me fucking revved up, and I couldn't make a video about it. I think it was on the Friday when it came out because I was at work at the office. But PETA putting a letter through to the Broncos CEO asking for them to, one, retire Buck for animal cruelty purposes or whatever bullshit they fucking came out with. And the second thing, for the Brisbane Broncos to change their name because it's in line with rodeos and it pretty much glorifies animal cruelty and all this shit that happens there. Fuck, that pissed me off when I saw that shit. I'm sad that Dave Donahue didn't just grab that, literally wipe his ass with it and fucking return to sender. Like, it is a joke. It fucking pissed me off so much that they had to actually respond to just some fucking blue hair that's probably sitting there just watching a Broncos game seething on, you know what they're going to love? A letter. They're going to change their name to the fucking Boomerangs or whatever else they come up with. Yeah, like, get a fucking life.
Wasn't that the fucking suggestion that they put down Brisbane Boomerangs or whatever?
Oh, it's just like, in what world are you sitting there just like, you know what? They're gonna really dig this. That fucking horse has a better life than all of you. Like, straight up.
I'm so glad that just got laughed out of town, that whole situation. This is going to be the last we're ever going to hear of it, pretty much.
Yeah, the Broncos, hard no on that one. But yeah, Buck literally, like, he probably has about it.
Of a Queensland footy team based, like a team based in Queensland. What else is in Queensland? Bob Catter. We're not going to spend any time on it. I reckon they took a nice little leaf out of Bob Catter's notebook and went full fucking bush rogue there. So
that might be the first time anyone's ever taken a leaf out of Bob's book, but we're here for you, Bob. But yeah, literally, Buck's got a better life probably than like Weeks or something like that. So I don't know what the fuck they're on about. All right, Origin time. So teams have been announced. We'll start off. Do you want to start off with Queensland and New South Wales?
Blues,
pick your poison. Blues. All right. This is pretty much lined up basically how I thought it would. Like, I don't think there's really too many surprises for me. If we go through the list, we've got Dilly Edwards at the back. That was probably one that I was like, up in the air. Teddy's been playing pretty well. Dylan's had some injuries, but they're moving towards a future, so it's like...
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to go backwards. And the only other thing that they possibly could have gone towards, I reckon, was Paps, but... yet again, like Edwards has played so well in that position for so long, and even after Teddy had been slacking for a while, they were still picking him. So I think they do just have to have a bit of a pick and stick and sort of situation there, and let Edwards have a run for a while.
And then Porto, again, pretty much a lock in there. Stephen Crichton, Trell Mitt, bang, bang, locks.
Locks.
Critter coming in apparently with a slight like groin niggle, but again, he gives me nightmares. Those two in the centres is just ridiculous. Trell Mitt in the centres in Origin is just, God, you hate to see it.
Can you just quickly tell me who's in the reserves for the Blues?
You've got Cam Graham, Stefano, and Homole.
Don't worry then. I was going to say, I forgot Campbell Graham being picked. I was going to say they wouldn't be surprised if Crichton got ruled out and Tommy Turbo gets brought in, but obviously Killer will just go straight into...
Yeah, head going there. Zach Lomax on return obviously did what he needed to do to get in the squad. This was the one that I probably out of all the positions that was up the most in the air, who was going to play 5'8" against, with Nathan Cleary. They've obviously gone with Mitchy Moses here. It's a bit of an interesting choice. Like, I think it'd be hard to not bring him into that team considering what he managed to do for New South Wales up at Suncorp and whatever else. But is there like potential you think that we might see where it could go exceptionally well, or it might be like the Broncos where you got these two halves and not an out-and-out six? You know what I mean?
As much as I like the idea of Mitch Moses playing, and I would have picked him if I was selector as well, because they do both give you excellent kicking games either side of the ruck now, and both very good halves in their own perspective. I can definitely see it going like how the Broncos have been with two dominant halfbacks trying to control the field, or half a field each. I can definitely see it going wrong, and the Broncos, Queensland being able to exploit that. So it's just going to be a trial and error, or like trial by fire pretty much sort of situation. It's either going to be really good and work really well and we're going to get absolutely fucked up by the Blues, or they're going to shit the bed and we'll see Luai back in the 6 jersey next game.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a bit of trial and error, and it does scare me because if they click, you're in for some fucking problems. But I feel like if anything, there's more chance it doesn't work out. But yeah, and then the rest of the team, like I said, pretty much lines up very similar to how a lot of people obviously another kind of talking point out of this. No Terrell May in this team, but the rest of them, yeah. As a Queenslander, pretty happy he's not there because for the last few weeks I've had the fucking nightmare idea. They put up a post today of Payne Haas in his Blues jersey and you're like, oh, I hate seeing you not in Brisbane colours because it means you're going against us, and he just looks like a machine, and the way he's been playing, not good. So the thought of him and Terrell May being in the same team where you got these massive blokes playing these ridiculous minutes, it was like, nightmare material. But no team May, not on anything.
Just on the Terrell May part, I found it so funny that the big reason I think they were saying that they weren't going to pick him because they reckon he was going to be a liability in defence, and then against the Bunnies on the weekend, I think he made 59 and 0 missed tackles. So the dude had an absolute ball out and proved his point, I guess. But yeah, there's a number of forwards that, you could have gone, yeah, they should have been picked, or, they're unlucky to miss out sort of thing, and he's definitely one of them. So if he keeps his form up, there's no saying never for the second, third game.
Well, that's it. And it's just like, it depends as well what like sort of makeup they want for the team, I guess. Like they've got guys like Spencer Leniu, obviously provides that proper bang off the bench. And it's like, does Terrell May provide the same, or is he more like a Payne Haas? Like, can you have both of them in the same team at the same time? I'm not too sure. Maxi King for the Bulldogs. Talk about a comeback story. Like I think it was Bloke in the Bar and a few of the other podcasts, like everyone's kind of spoken about it. It might have been Guru actually that put up a post, whoever it was, or could have been Roasty. Anyway, somebody, whoever it was, sorry that I don't remember. But a couple of years ago, him putting up a post on Instagram pretty much saying that like he was close to giving the game away just because like injury and whatever else, or things weren't working out, and for him to turn things around and be named in the starting team is pretty incredible. As for Terrell May though, like, yeah, it's a bit odd for them to turn around and go, oh, yeah, there's actually been better props in the game, I think. And statistically, I just don't know if it's quite there. There's all the dramas that going on with him in the stream, pretty much with whatever leaks coming out and him going, oh, bro, like, bin that jersey, like, blah, 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 I might switch that. Like, all this other shit's going on. And it's like, yes, like, is that the most eyes up thing? Probably not. But you know what I find kind of stupid? Is one, like how badly these teams get leaked, but also players that are directly involved in this who are waiting to potentially find out if they're named are finding out through fucking like leaks days before or like whatever. I feel like that's just a shitty way, and plenty of people have come out and saying like maybe they should have like an actual show like that Sunday night after, like to have the Fox or like whatever on, and announce the teams, like actually make something out of it, because it is a bit of a spectacle instead of like players finding out, fucking while they're streaming and whatever, they're just seeing social media leaks like everyone else. Like, yeah, I don't think that's like too great.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good idea actually. Like, I'd rate that if they did a Origin selection show for each match as well, and then like have a bit of a preview on those teams and whatnot, because obviously they'd be able to get a full hour out of it, I'd say.
Easy.
Dribbling a bit of yarn about it, but yeah, that's a good idea.
I think something like that, and you could easily involve like past players and whatever else that like present jerseys, for example, from those positions. Like, there's a million different things that you could do and really make something of it. So, but I don't really have too much else to say about the Blues team. Like I said, basically rolled out very similar to how I expected it to be. So then we move on to our mighty Queensland team. Now, this one did actually have a few spanners in the works. Yeah, I hope Billy's been practicing that. Billy Moore's just got him. Yeah, we're going to do 10 Queenslanders, and we're going to do 10 Schooners, and we're going to go to the fucking Caxton. Like, is kind of the areas I think Billy's in at this point. So he's been a little bit more calm, cool, and collected. The team's come out. It is a pretty hot team. Again, basically lines up how I expected it to. A few that I don't think anybody had remotely considered to come into this team. KP at the back there, I think that was pretty obvious. Xavier Coates, form winger and winger of the comp, hammer again. Val Holmes was one that I don't think really would have been there if it wasn't for injuries to Talangi and guys like that. But, I think he's been playing relatively well this season. I don't think he's gone bad, and he's done a job there in Origin, being there, done that, very experienced. Robert Toya, though, congratulations, young man, on making that. 10 NRL games he's played.
I've seen that one come in whatsoever.
I don't think anyone, I think the only person sitting there licking his lips is going to be Billy and the other selectors, because I don't think I've heard a single little bit of Origin chat being like, yeah, Rob Toya is a chance to centre. You would have been laughed out. You would have been like, you've actually lost the fucking plot.
It's got a bit of like Hello Sport they had the other year. What the fuck are you cooking up, Billy? What's this shit? The bush poet. But yeah, good on him, because he's definitely had a good start to the season as well. His first 10 games at NRL. But yeah, don't think anybody besides Billy seen that coming whatsoever. I was expecting to see the same old sort of lineup of Val Holmes centre, Hammer centre, someone else on the wing. So it's interesting that it's sort of rolled out like that, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe whoever Billy's been going up against on Supercoach, he's in his draft, he's got Rob Toyer, and he's just been running a train on him. He's like, fucking pull him out of the team then. He won't be getting the points off him. And then the rest of it kind of lines up as we expect. You got Munster at 6, Daly Cherry Evans, Moe for the Waker, Harry Grant's back, which will be good. Hopefully he's going to be fit and firing. Mayor of the GC, Tino Fa'asul Malawi, Ruben Cotter, Jeremiah Nanai, who's just hit form at the right time, actually. Like, after getting dropped by Peyton, he just gone, fuck yes. Obviously, Paddy, Tommy did in there in 14. That is such a handy guy to have on the bench. Like, I'm very excited to see how they're going to use him. One, Bo Fulmore, very happy to see him in there. Trent Liero. Bo, I think, is going to be great. One that I was honestly a little bit iffy on, but at the same time turns up like a monster when it comes to Origin. Lindsay Collins, I feel like he's had a pretty, quiet season, I'd say, so far. Like, he's been in and out with injury, like this and that.
To be honest. But like you said, I don't know, like, as much as we fucking lost last year's series at home, Queensland gets Origin. Like, blokes want to play for Queensland, they fucking turn up for Queensland. Even like Dane Gagai is like prime example, I reckon. he played a number of years past his best by date at club level, playing pretty ordinarily, and then turns up for Origin and just absolutely puts one on. So, yeah, blokes get a different persona, get a different personality when they rock up for Queensland, that's for sure.
Yeah, Origin mode Gagai is one of the mythical characters for sure. And then as soon as Lindsay Collins puts on that thing, he thinks he's Xavier Coates. He will jump over any man to get that nut and bring it down. So he's definitely one of those. Some other inclusions that are pretty interesting. That Kurt Mann, that's a beauty that's gone in there. So congrats to him. And this one, really, another one that just wouldn't have ever been in my fucking radar because I didn't know if he was even eligible. But we've got Jesse Arthurs, which I'm huge on. Yeah, and then Fine Fuwaki is in there as well. But Jesse Arthurs, that just like completely blindsided me. I was like, what? Like, where did this bloke come from?
Considering, I guess, we've had wingers and centres wanting to go down left, right, and centre across Queensland for the Maroons, that we're definitely needing someone. And I didn't realise Jesse was going to be eligible, but I guess I don't think he hasn't represented the Kiwis, has he? Only the Maldives.
No, he has. Don't check where he's born, but. Oh no, you are right. Actually, I think you are right.
I think he only has.
No, actually, you are right. Yeah, you're right. So Auckland is in fact actually part of Queensland. Yeah, just so you know. But massive for Jesse Arthurs to get in there. Like, hopefully, no one's going to go down and we're not going to need him. But you never know; something could get chopped and changed around. I must say, one man that I'm a little bit disappointed isn't in this team is Corey Horsburgh. I would have really liked to see Big Red get in there, and I'm captaining that bloke every week until Origin's finished because I reckon he's just going to be putting out all-time performances. Well, actually, no, even more Team A.
I would have loved to have seen Big Red and Big Country, Tino, Pasulama Awi up front, ready to punch some heads in, that's for sure.
Yeah, that might have a little bit too much fire. Speaking of which, actually, a guy like going way back now, but he's one Big Red that I just wish we'd managed to bring to the Broncos because he is exactly what we need at the moment. Just like a bit of mongrel, and another guy
Gosh, it looked like we were so close to signing him as well. It looked like it was all pretty much done and dusted. So biggest backflip on his behalf to stay down in Canberra. Looks like he just made up a Sticky and got on with it.
Yeah, Sticky and him went out and had a little wine and dine, and Sticky's given him a real hard talking to and just real honest bro to bro, man to man sort of stuff, and managed to bring Big Red back. But a bloke that I saw on the weekend that I was like, I would like to sign you for Brisbane Broncos. Ray Stone, please offer that man a contract. I would love to see him coming off the bench and just folding motherfuckers. I've got a real thing for Ray Stone.
You got a real kink for Ray Stone, I reckon, because you got a Ray Stone kink.
Oh, I'm just a fan. Just a bloke that can smash cunts. And that's exactly what we need. Someone with a couple screws and he's just ready to go. Broncos reach out to Ray Stone. We've got space now, so we'll go with that. But the rest of the team, I'm very excited for this. I'm going to this game, actually, so bloody stoked for that. Going to have to figure out what the next day after that's going to look, but we'll get more. I've got to work. But
Queensland government, sicky.
we'll have to get into it a little bit more, I guess, next week and leading up to it. So we'll get into it, tips and predictions. Because boy, it's been a long one. First game, I better check what day this is on because it got roasted in the TikTok last week.
No, it is Thursday.
All right, we're on here. Thursday night footy. Let's go. All right, Doggies versus the Finns. Lots of out for the Doggies, whether it's injury like Jacob Kraz is out for a period of time. A few of the others are out there, but I still like this one. I believe this game this one is at a core.
Doggies home, yeah.
Yeah, Doggies home. Doggies 1-12 for me. They got plenty of outs, but they've had lots of outs throughout the season. Have showed time and time again. They've still got so many class guys there. I just think they're going to get it done. You got a few, I think, more so key outs, if anything, for the Finns. You got Avarillo going into fullback there, no Hammer and whoever else.
Hammer is just such a big out for the Dolphins. Like, they rely heavily on him to turn up and have a good game to get a job done.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the Doggies as well, just because, they're just on a roll and on a fucking high at the moment. And I think they've still got enough across the park. So I'm going to be jumping on them 1-12 as well. But Dolphins have just been one of those teams as well who constantly just seem to turn up at all the wrong times for you when you tip and fucking bet against them. So wouldn't be surprised if, Dolphins have a red hot crack at it.
Thursday night's a genuine hoodoo for me. Like Thursday night scaries is a very, very real thing. Like I don't like to touch with a 10-foot pole, but I'm going to put my faith in the doggies. Try scorer wise though, I think he would be on Crichton's side. Obviously no Critter playing in there. Herbie, who just can't stop scoring tries. So I'm going to be getting on him, I reckon. He's my anytime.
Fair play. I've gone on a Bronson Jerry anytime.
Well, Bronson, bro. Next one, Eels versus the Manly. Manly fans actually punch in the head that DC's not playing because for the longest time, I swear they've been bitching and moaning about DC ever since he said he's leaving the club. One, they've kind of gone. Somehow I think they're like sixth or some shit. But either way, there's been a lot of complaining, even from their fans, about DC and his performance. Where do you see this one going?
I got a Manly 13 plus, actually, I'm fucking tipping. I'm going to Manly 13 plus because, in my eyes, no Lomax, no Brooks, pretty much no Para.
I got no Brooks.
Not Brooks, Mitch Moses.
Poor Brooks been moved on again.
Brooks has been fucking sucked again. So Mitch Moses. No Moses, no Brooks. Oh, can't stop saying Brooks, Jesus Christ. No,
easy to mix them up.
Both Tigers rejects. It's all good. I think Manly only losing. I'm pretty sure they're losing. Obviously, Jake's out with a concussion, and then losing DCE. I think that's
literally it. Like all that's been named on the extended squad. So
it's literally just Jake and DCE. So I think they've still got plenty of Molly's playing as well since the scene, and he's getting released since his 20th man.
Yeah,
to come back and play. So I think they're absolutely going to fuck up Para. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but at the same time, fucking watch them lose, though. Like I've also got Manly 13 plus, but I swear every other time I've gone with them 13 plus, it has just been an absolute nightmare. But sorry, Eels, I just can't back you. No Momax, no Lomax, the Charmers. You don't have me doing these ones. I'm sorry. As soon as they're back, I'm back to it. You got no Ham Tommy Bra left behind as well. Poor fella, no Blues side for him. But I think even if he wanted to put on a big performance, I don't think his body's going to allow him at this point. I truly do have little to no trust in Manly at the moment, who can be a trustworthy team, haven't been this season. Jason Saab, though, he can find the line, so I'm going to back him anytime.
I'm going on can't remember who I fucking... Tommy Bra anytime.
Huge faith. Penrith versus the Knights. Half of the team are out for the Panthers, literally. Like they've turned into the baby Penrith Panthers.
I think there's 6 out of the 13 starting lineup aren't playing. We're in 7. There's definitely 7 of their 17 out this week. So I'm still tipping Penrith. Newcastle absolutely fucking suck ass. They're genuinely that bad at the moment that I don't reckon I want to tip them the rest of the year, honestly. I think I wonder where they're sitting on the ladder, Newcastle.
I don't think last. I think Titans still actually have managed to...
I forgot about those shit fellas from the Gold Coast.
They're third last. Even the Eels are...
Knights are on 8 point. How wild is that, though? So between 17th spot and 9th spot on the ladder, there is 2 points difference.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And we're 12. There's been that many upsets and whatnot this year. And for this, if Penrith win, they say Broncos played this week. If we had a loss and Penrith won, they'd fucking leap us. And they've started off that bad this year.
Yeah, people are starting to wonder if they were ever going to win a game. This one's out at Bathurst as well, of all places. It's going to be fucking cold. It's going to be shit.
Penrith are going to be so up for it at Bathurst. Fucking
it's going to be big.
Give me Penrith, cakewalk.
And then, Knights, they're only missing Ponga, gone, and it's not like that's been working in anyway. You got Sharpie there at the back, old Fletcher.
The dude has been dangerous in the 6 jersey, though, so I'm hoping it's not going to be a detriment to the Knights that, honestly, I don't really give a fuck about the Knights, so it doesn't bother me, but I think that him playing fullback, he's not going to get his hands on the ball as much, and I think you're going to see a much weakened team.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. So I was tossing up whether or not I was going to get on him, but I was like, yes, he can pop up. He's lightning quick, but yeah, not having as much hand on ball, and yeah, you couldn't pay him enough money to go to the Knights. As for try scorers, Alamotti, I reckon, is going to be your guy to get over.
Yeah, I've got Alamotti as well there.
Yeah. All right, second last one, Roosters versus the Sharks. Now, Sharks pretty much have their entire side except for Sammy Stonestreet, who's out for a while, so they're full strength. Now, like I said, I did shit on the Sharks just a little bit last week, and you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to double down. He's a useless.
What was that laugh? Sound like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, fuck it. This one's out of Gosford of all places, so that's just an interesting place to hold a game of rugby league. Roosters, they're missing a couple people, not too bad, but yeah, I'm gonna go the Roosters 1-12. Fuck them, I'm doubling down. Sharpies, I don't care who you got, you're just weak, gutted dogs, and you're eventually gonna lose, and I can finally celebrate.
Just touch on Newcastle for one last thing. It's $3.60 for the wooden spoon. It's $3.30 for the Titans at the moment. So.
That goes to say
I might just double barrel down on fucking both of them and collect my money come September.
Something's got to hit.
One of them two have to hit. But how the fuck are Brisbane Broncos paying like they're the same as Warriors, Canberra? I can't believe Canberra, $15 a win comp. I feel like that's a steal.
That's not terrible.
I've got the Sharkies. They're definitely. I'm not going to go as far to say they could be a contender. You never know what's going to happen throughout the year, but they're definitely a better team across the park than what the Roosters have got. They've got a few big outs, the Chooks, but yeah, I can just see the Sharkies doing Sharkies things and just probably winning by 2 points.
Yeah, I was going to say Sharkies play the most boring brand of rugby league known to mankind and winning by maybe a field goal, depending if Nico Hines could slot it. Dommy Young, he's back in, so I reckon he's going to cross the line on his return. I just hope Marky Mark just does some disgusting, dirty things. He's in centre, though. I would like him for a try scorer, but in centre, I'm like, I don't know as much. I just hope the spirit, the Blues Game 3 spirit of Andrew Johns again takes over. Sanders Smith and just bloody rips the Sharks limb from limb.
That's an absolute eighth immortal sort of worldy game.
That's
once in the blue moon performance, that one, but he definitely has been progressively better throughout the year. So, but yeah, I'm hoping for my tipping sakes that he doesn't have an absolute worldie of a game like he did on Anzac Day.
I think at this point, I'm literally just going to keep picking against the Sharks until it comes true and then be like, hi, your team sucks.
Gotcha.
So the prophecy will eventually come true.
Do you know what that literally reminds me of? Hold on. I was gonna find the video.
Hey, old man. Give me everything. Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me. Hey, old man.
That's going to be you after tipping against the Sharks for 5 weeks and losing and then finally getting one back.
Oh, it's going to feel so good. Who you got in try scorer?
Nickera.
All right, last one for the round. This one's a big one. So what is this? Is this 2 versus 3? Or, yeah, it is 2 versus 3.
Yeah.
Waz, up the Waz versus the Raiders. Now, these are two teams I like. I like both of these teams. The Waz, they're going to be wanting revenge big time from the opener of this season where Canberra just licked them up when they were over there in Vegas.
Did you say lick them up?
Licked them up. But yeah, so I think they're going to be wanting, a player is probably going to be wanting revenge after he nearly wasn't allowed to come back to New Zealand. Lukey Metcalf probably has a bonus after he got licked up by the poor Raiders. So this one though, if anything, the bigger outs would come from the Waz, like James Fisher-Howard, decided to shoulder charge somebody, decided to blow up some bloke's head over the weekend. And they lose Mitchy Barnett. So they're two big guns in the middle there, both gone. And then you got a big revved up horse bra to wrangle. So enjoy that one. Unleash there at Go Media Stadium because I think he's going to have an absolute worldie, like I said earlier. I'm going to be going with the Milk 1 to 12. I think they're going to get it done. Warriors, while they've been winning, they keep winning. I know I'm going to cop shit from it, but I just like the fucking milk and I like what Ricky's about. So that's what I've got to say about it.
Yeah, I think the Warriors have just kept finding a way to win over the last few weeks, but they have been getting awfully close to a loss. And I think it is going to come this week against the Milk. I'm going 1 to 12 as well. It's definitely going to be the game of the round, hands down, that's for sure. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. It'd be a good way to end the round. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, after losing the way they did to the Doggies a couple of weeks ago, I think they're just in the mood to sort of prove a point that they're here to play Canberra. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go Canberra, 1 to 12, and Xavier Savage after scoring tries for fun last week to cross again.
See, I've got a bit of woo-woo superstition about that. Like, when someone scores...
he scores 1 week, he won't score the next week?
No, it's not even so much him. It's just try scorers. Like, if they've been too consistent or scored too many tries, I don't want to borrow it. Like, I'm looking at Herbie Farnworth this weekend, and he scored, I think, 5 of his last 5, and I'm like, that's a trap. Don't go near that. It's just you're too consistent. You need a little break. That's just trying to steal my money. So I don't want to touch that, but I got Tamale anytime. All right. 2 more things to go through before we're done for today. Bet to Vegas. I'm actually continuing because I can fucking win a bet unlike somebody. So maybe you need to catch up there, lad. I think I'm on to week 3, so I can't really get too far ahead of myself. But I just hated this week big time. I searched for some time this afternoon trying to find a bit of value, a nice little matchup, somebody that's due for a try or something, and it was really hard to find anything. But onwards and upwards, I nearly didn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but again, I'm loving the milk big time. Tamale, the winger for the Raiders, he has scored quite a bit recently, so I'm kind of challenging my own superstitions there, but he's a real try scorer, this kid, 20-year-old. $2.10, give me that. Thank you very much. So I've got about, I don't even know how much I got on there, about $28, I think, however much that I won last week off Ezra Mann.
Yeah, that is a little bit juicy there, Christopher.
And I think he comes up against Dallon's wing as well, which is not exactly known as an iron fortress.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to find a bit of value here somewhere or other.
Oh, it's hard. There's not much doing this week.
I'm half tempted to get on the fucking Chookies plus 9.5 on the line.
Do it.
Fuck. Bet to Vegas, anytime try scorer. You know what? He's due. Bet to Vegas, give me a Ruben Garrick at $2.65. Thank you very much.
Oh, I don't hate that, actually. I was having a little dabble around. You'll hear in this next one, but I was having a look at Garrick. I was like, what do you want to score for me? But I don't hate that. So hopefully you can actually hit your first one in some time. I feel like you're on quite a dry spell.
I've been on an absolute dry spell. So
I'm gonna try not to get too far ahead of myself because I feel immortal the way that I just bet over the weekend. I think I won something like $300 over the weekend, which I know is not earth changing money, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Yeah,
I absolutely done my ass.
Yeah, well, I think that was 15 into that, but anyway. And then the last one, multi of the week. I have gravitated this week towards the forbidden position for me. I don't like touching centres at all. I just feel they often don't come off. Stag's actually snagging him on the weekend. That was nice, actually. We both got that. But I'm going with a centres bet this weekend, so I'm jumping on 3 of them. I'm going against everything I've just told you. Herbie Farnworth, he's going to score for me anytime. I'm going Kohler. I've gone the other wing in the Manly game. I've gone Kohler. I reckon he's in for a shout. And this one again, I feel like lightning's already struck twice, but I'm going to go him again. Mark Nawaqanitawase to score anytime. 3 big centres, bit of pace, bit of strength, bit of freak and Marky Mark. Put all them together on a blue betting agency, you get $21.53 bang. So watch that go XXX, but we'll see. That's what I've cooked up.
I'm trying to cook up one for you right now. It's going to be an outsiders multi. So far, we're keeping our boy Ruben Garrick in there. We're also going to throw in a little returning Dom Young. I think he'll be keen on a meaty on his return. I reckon if we can just find one more. Fuck it.
Chuck the
You know
Eels.
what? Ben Travojevic.
Ooh.
Ruffy alert.
I'll mention for a reason to put Ray Stone in, but
Ruffy alert. I'm going to be going very light on this multi, but we've got Dom Young, we've got a Ruben Garrick, and we've got a Benny Travojevic.
tell me, Mr. Baker, how much does this pay?
This is a $23 odds bet.
Oh, I would have thought that would have paid more. You're only a couple bucks off me.
Yeah, so I'll be running with that. I reckon Manly's going to absolutely thump the life out of their para, so I'll be probably putting a couple of multis on them this week.
Yeah, I reckon there's a good chance. I might have to sit after this podcast and conjure up what I'm seeing, what value am I seeing like Lomax too. That was just literally easiest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. But yeah, that's pretty much us for this week. We'll get heavy into Origin as it comes up over the next week and a bit. Because how far away is it? Next week or the week after?
Next week, isn't it?
Oh, it's next week. So Tuesday is pretty much might just about be all fucking Origin. Actually, that's a lie, but heavy Origin chat. Again, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, all that sort of jazz. Leave us a comment who you think is going to win this weekend. Get on the multis if you like. And yeah, that's us.
Over.
Ciao.